How's it going, folks? Welcome back to the channel. So what we have here is the Ice Snake. So we have the original Ice Snake here, as you can see, and the my version of the Ice Snake. This is an RC. I'm still waiting for a couple of the electronic parts to make it complete, so I can demo the functions of it and make any kind of adjustments that I have to make. But I wanted to, because I ordered another one because I'm gonna make two of these. They're gonna be kind of like a little wolf pack. I did want to kind of showcase the comparison between the two. As you can see, the 25th anniversary, I've taken away parts from the original. I haven't added too much to the body, but as you can see, just taking off a couple pieces and shaving off a couple lines, it makes it look a little bit sleeker. It actually gives it a nice 25th anniversary, kind of like a revamped G.I. Joe, more modern G.I. Joe toy line, right? And it's really not that difficult. It's just about finding the lines and making it, shaving off the excess, and then lifting the top back here. So looking at the original vehicle, it was kind of a cool vehicle. The concept was pretty cool. I did a little bit of research, and there is an Arctic vehicle that's similar in design, and I believe Norwegians might have had this vehicle. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that one. But yeah, it's pretty similar in design. And of course, Destro, he's known for putting his spin on vehicles. So we got the Ice Snake. I liked the vehicle, but it was a little bit cumbersome. For a snake, it's kind of shaped like a toad. I always thought it's a little bit, it's a little bit wide, and it doesn't necessarily look like a fast vehicle per se. The ground clearance is pretty small, so we did update that on this one, and so it does have some good ground clearance. I don't have snow in Yuma, Arizona. So I wish I could tell you that I would showcase this one in the snow. The best thing I can do is do powder sand out here, which is really fine, and see how it functions. And then whenever I get up north around Flagstaff, then I can actually put it through its snow trials. But that's rare that I get out there nowadays. But I did, if you can see here, it does cut off some lines. Usually try to work with the lines that are present. And there's a little line right here, and that's where I made my first cut. Once I made that cut, then I kind of went from there and cut off the extra, and just kind of, if you can see this little silhouette line here, that's just kind of what I do, is see what looks pleasant to the eye and just kind of shave off as I go along. I really don't know what I'm going to do until I start doing it and start looking at it, so it's kind of a process. But if you can see here and compare them both, if you're interested in making one of your own, and if you want to model it after the one that I made, by all means. That's why I kind of wanted to do a side-by-side comparison. One of the biggest things here that I did is cut out this extra, where this sticker's at, it's just a little bit extra. I think they might have even intended this little extra piece to be like a windshield, but they just solidified it with the original plastic. It kind of has that look like it would be like a little windshield. But anyhow, I got rid of that, which lowered it a little bit more. And then I got rid of this little extra, I don't know what it is, bars, like they're behind jail or something. But it opened up that sight line. Now it gives the driver and the gunner a good visibility. The parts that I used for the RC, I'll get into it a little bit later when I actually get this thing running. But I did cut away this area of the original. I did cut away this area, but I kept the pieces just in case, and then I actually ended up using it. So I basically lifted this up and then glued it back in there a little bit higher, and then it gave me a pretty darn good platform for this. Like, it's like a minigun. I'm calling it more like a phalanx system, where it could track and it could be anti-air or anti-missile. It's kind of more like a defensive weapon. Of course, this type of weapon could also be used as a offensive weapon. Pretty badass Gatling gun there. And if you could recognize this gun, I think it comes from the Swamp Smasher. I did upgrade the barrel from using a classified ram cycle. I had a couple pieces from another project, and I took that, and it just gives it a little bit more detail. The barrels are independent, and it gives it a little bit more more emphasis on the gun there. As far as the paint job is concerned, I started with black, matte black. I did an Arctic Hiss. I did the same type of weathering. I started with matte black, let that dry out, and then I did a white spray paint. And as soon as it was dry, I started just chipping away at it, just random, like highlight some of the details. These skids here are aftermarket, of course. These are 1/10 scale skids. When I do a more detailed video about this one, because I ordered another one, so I don't have the packaging for this one, but I'll have that packaging so you folks could see where I got these from. I did a couple add-ons. I extended, so this was the exhaust, the original exhaust. I extended this exhaust. It came from the same Swamp Smasher vehicle, just to give it a little bit more emphasis. Some ammo cans back here, a little strap, some weathering. I think it looks pretty cool. I think it looks a little bit sleeker. It looks a little bit more compact, and I think it looks a little bit more designed to be in the snow. It has that ground clearance, and it has like a little skid looking bottom where it can just slide through the snow. The tracks, I'm sure you can recognize them. These are WPL tracks. They have a little bit of articulation, more for the back, so when it hits that snow, it has some articulation. We'll see how that acts. I'm afraid that the torque might bring these up, but we'll see. Even if it does run like this forward, I think it's still a pretty darn good look. We'll see how that acts when it hits bumps here, and I don't know. We'll see. That's all on the bench test and the trial runs, right? I'm figuring that out. So yeah, I'm planning on taking this one and building a second one with a different armament in the back. Luckily, this platform back here, it's pretty open for any kind of armament. So this was a happy surprise. I'm glad that I kept that piece and I didn't throw it away when I cut it off, because I think it's a good platform for any kind of armament that I might put back here. So yeah, once I get this one running, I'll make a video, and once I get both of them running, I'll make a little quick video of them side by side. This is kind of be my long-term project for my snow diorama. So hopefully you've enjoyed seeing these the comparison, and you could take a couple of notes so you could build your own. Have fun out there. Thank you for joining me in the channel. Take care.